If you've clicked on this video, then you might be wondering what is the easiest, most low maintenance way that I can take care of myself and tend to my needs when I really can't be bothered or I really don't want to take care of myself. In today's video, I'm giving you 7 suggestions of how you can make yourself feel better and take care of yourself by putting in as little effort as possible. So welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Nicola. I'm an occupational therapist and I make videos with tips and guidance on mental health and how to live your happiest, healthiest and most fulfilling lives. We all have those days where all we really want to do is lay on the sofa, watching rubbish TV in our pajamas and eating exclusively beige foods. Don't we? Those days are okay. Sometimes we need those days. We need to listen to our body because often our body knows a lot more than us. We might be sick, we might be stressed, we might be burnt out, we might be recovering, we might just be really tired, and we need to listen to our bodies and be okay with where we're at right now. But saying that, we still do have a responsibility to take care of ourselves because we are our own #1 priority. So we do still need to find a way to implement a little bit of self-care, make sure we're looking after ourselves. And these are the easiest things possible. I'm not going to tell you to go and run a bath. I'm not going to tell you to cook a healthy meal. I'm not going to tell you to do yoga. I normally would tell you to do all 3 of these because they are all obviously so useful and beneficial. But today we're talking about the easiest things we can possibly do. So here are the 7 suggestions. They're in no particular order at all because that's just how my brain works. 1 is have a phone conversation with somebody you love. This is all about hearing the voice of somebody else and what that can do for our brains and our emotions, as well as giving us the chance to talk to somebody else about how we're feeling, what's going on for us at this moment. If you can't face a full phone conversation, and sometimes they can be a little bit intimidating, then I really recommend sending voice notes to each other. Talking over the phone and through voice messages really creates a much stronger sense of connection with that other person, and a stronger sense of connection is really important for our well-being. And sometimes we're pushing people away as well, so having a phone conversation or sending a voice message is a really nice way to stay connected with the people that we love. They might make us laugh as well, and that is much needed. Another suggestion is to turn your phone off after you've had that phone conversation with a friend, and ideally after you finish watching this video. If we're turning our phones off or we're putting them away in another room, away from temptation, away from distraction, then we're allowing ourselves a little bit of time and a little bit of headspace to notice and to feel whatever is going on for us right now. Now, I know you're probably thinking, that's exactly what I want to be avoiding, and I get that. But sometimes the thing that we're trying to distract ourselves from today, the thing that we're trying to avoid today, might be the thing that we actually need to tune into in order to help us feel better for tomorrow. So being free from distraction, you might find that you have more productivity or you have more emotions that come up for you. And don't run away from that. You might find that nothing comes up for you at all. Maybe the only thing that you feel is, what the hell do I do with my hands now? Another suggestion is to write a list of 5 small things that you have achieved or you have accomplished in the last few days or the last week or so. This isn't about looking for the big things, our greatest achievements in life. We don't want to overwhelm ourselves and put too much pressure on ourselves. This is about looking for your mini wins. These can be things like, I read a new book, or I finished a chapter of a book that I'm reading, or I phoned my mum today and had a really lovely chat with her, or I popped out to the shops and I brought some milk. This helps you express some gratitude for yourself, to acknowledge that you have done some things. You might be feeling really unproductive at the moment, but there will always be little things you can celebrate that you have done. You have to dig deep and you have to look for these things. It's not self-indulgent, it's an act of self-love. Even if you're just writing this on the back of a takeaway wrapper because you really can't be bothered to get up, that's great, make it work for you. Another suggestion is to listen to an album the whole way through without doing much else. I'm talking about listening here, not watching. When we listen to something, it activates so many different parts of our brain. If it's music that we enjoy, it releases the chemical dopamine, which is literally responsible for making us feel good. Music can make us more creative. It can jog our memory and take us back to a happy time and a happy place. It can really have the power to drastically affect our moods and our emotions. If we're passively watching something instead, it doesn't make our brain fire up in the same way at all. Listening to an album the whole way through can really take us on a journey that the artist intended us to be taken on. And if it's a good album, it can be a really transformative journey as well. Another suggestion is to increase our hydration. If we're feeling lethargic, worn out, low in mood, it's probably quite likely that we're not drinking as much as we should be. We could be dehydrated as well, which only makes us feel worse. We're supposed to have around 1.5 to 2 litres of water a day. That's about 8 to 10 glasses of water. We're not meant to wait until we feel thirsty to have a drink. If we're feeling thirsty and we've got a dry mouth, that's our body's way of telling us that we're already dehydrated. And being dehydrated is only going to add to us feeling lethargic, feeling tired and low in energy. I'll bet you anything that you've probably not had enough to drink today. So lazy self-care 101, go and get yourself a glass of water or a cup of tea. Another suggestion is to take a walk. And I'm not even sorry that I talk about going for a walk outside in every single video, because it's probably the simplest and most effective form of self-care that we can do. Plus, these days it's apparently socially acceptable to go outside in your pajamas, so if that's what you need to do to get yourself outside, then go ahead and do it. If you can get yourself outside for just a 5-minute walk, even if you're just walking up and down the road or around the block, you're getting yourself outside, you're getting a breath of fresh-ish air, and you're changing your scenery and you're changing your perspective. My final really easy suggestion is to moisturize and massage at the same time. If we're not taking care of ourselves generally, then smothering on some really soothing moisturizer on our face, on our hands and our feet can be a lovely, easy way to give ourselves a little treat yourself moment without putting in barely any effort at all. When you're moisturizing your hands and your feet, take a bit of time to give yourself a little soothing massage. It will only take a couple of minutes and it can help to relieve tension, pain, stiffness, tiredness and anxiety as well. I'll link to a video in the description with a handy, really simple tutorial of just how to give yourself a very basic hand massage. You don't need anything fancy at all, any moisturizer, any oil. Open your kitchen cupboard, get some olive oil or some coconut oil if that's all you have. Honestly, it's such a lovely treat. So that's all my suggestions for how you can implement self-care when you really don't care. Whether you do 1 or 2 or all 7 of these, then give yourself some credit, because taking care of yourself is hard to do when you don't feel like it, and you've done it. Leave me a comment and let me know if this has inspired you to implement some lazy self-care. I really hope you're doing okay wherever you are. Thank you so much for watching. Please make sure you're subscribed and I will see you again next time.